Hey guys, we always love to hear from you at the Problematic Podcast. So if you've got a funny story or a problematic person in your life, feel free to email us at theproblematicpod@gmail.com, or now you can text us at 412-204-6943. We love to hear from you. Don't forget to like and follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and like and subscribe on YouTube. Let's get into today's show. Whitney, we are
Hi.
back. Welcome back to the Problematic Podcast, everyone.
Welcome.
How are you, Whitney?
I'm doing all right. We had a good Easter. We had a nice little break. Went to North Carolina, saw all of my husband's people. It was great. But a woman is tired. Okay.
Oh,
Traveling with a toddler is not fun.
no, that sounds like a lot of work. But
Do you know these people need beds?
Yeah, believe it or
You
not.
have to pack a bed for them. Like they can't just go lay down in a normal bed. You have to have a bed specially for them.
Yeah, she's a little big now, but my mom told me the story when her and my dad were stationed somewhere in the world. They just put me in a drawer as a baby. They just put some blanket. No, swear to God, they just packed some blankets in a drawer, and that was my bed. I guess in the barracks while they waited for housing wherever they were stationed. I don't know. I slept in a drawer. My mom told the story and my dad confirmed it. I was like, damn, I was a drawer baby.
Drawer baby.
Now we pack beds for the kids. Before they was like, open up one of them drawers, throw a blanket in there. She'd be fine. I slept in a drawer.
Yeah, she's a little big for the
Yeah,
drawers now.
yeah. Go
But
get
she
my the queen size bed and call it a day.
I was like, we need to bring the whole pack and play. And we had to get a mattress because, her mother is bougie and I'm like, she has to be comfortable. So we had to bring a pack and play mattress. It's like a whole culture behind babies.
You could have put her under the sink like the parents in the 80s did, but no,
I mean, put her outside for all.
Yeah. Put her with the dog. Dogs love watching kids. That's their jam.
They love children.
They do.
They
follow them around.
My height. They love it. And little kids love dogs too.
They do. That is a fact.
How are you?
I'm good. Easter was good. We celebrated my fiance's grandmother's 80th birthday on Easter. Yeah. So for those wondering why we were missing the episode, we were celebrating Jesus then got back up day. So
glory.
It's been a long week. We are back. Thank you for being patient with us. And
thank y'all.
Right into it. I'm going to ask you what you've been listening to because I'm going to just go ahead and let you know I got a lot. It's a whole lot.
I'll let you have this segment.
You're going to let me have it? All right, boom.
Got the whole segment. I'm not going to embarrass myself today.
There's been a lot of music. So I ain't even going to get into that. Let me start by saying there's a Jack Harlow song called First Class that samples one of my favorite pop songs. So Fergie did a song called Glamorous.
Yes, she did.
And it was a bop. And Jack Harlow took that bop and made a song called First Class that samples that bop. And if you haven't heard Jack Harlow's First Class, stop what you're doing right now and go listen to it. It's definitely bad bitch music. So that's one. Two, Pusha T, America's favorite drug dealer.
I'm sorry. That shouldn't be this. Shout out to Pusha.
We're not believing you, but okay.
Pusha doing my best.
America's favorite cartel leader released his album called It's Almost Dry. I think that's what it's called. And I'm assuming It's Almost Dry is a cocaine reference. I guess cocaine gets wet. I don't know. I don't know where the drying part comes in. I am a square. I don't know
about any of this.
Yes, it's called It's Almost Dry. I don't know nothing about how drugs are prepared. I don't think he's talking about clothes. He never talks about anything other than drugs. Pusha T talks about two things: Drake and drugs. That's it. So I am assuming that when they say It's Almost Dry, that is a cocaine reference. I don't know. Don't do drugs. Just going to assume. But
weed is fine.
I mean, yeah, but cocaine, I am anti-cocaine.
Oh yeah, very much.
Just gonna
Yes.
go ahead and throw that out there. But anyway,
Sorry, y'all.
Pusha T, America's favorite drug dealer, released his album, and there are. Let me start by saying I listened to the album. It's not a bad album. If you can listen to cocaine references for 40 minutes straight, this is absolutely the album for you. If you are the type of person that cannot listen to cocaine for 40 minutes straight, i.e. Whitney, this is probably not the album for you. If you love The Wire, this might be the album for you. If you didn't like The Wire, maybe not. But what I was waiting for was the features list came out last week, and it had Lil Uzi Vert, a Philly native, listed. Now Whitney's eyes have perked up because I didn't see where Lil Uzi Vert and Pusha T would be doing a song together, and everybody was like, it's gonna be trash, it's gonna be terrible. Pusha stepping out of his lane by putting these weirdo niggas on his songs. First off, Lil Uzi Vert is not weird. He's eccentric and he's expressing himself, and he's
unique.
He is
different.
What we call free. And I love it.
The rest of y'all are just basic broads.
Very.
Just basic. Y'all come in a pack of a dozen.
Let me tell you something. The song is called Scrape It Off. It's Pusha T's song with Lil Uzi Vert and Don Toliver. And I like the song. I like
Don Toliver.
Then this might be the song for you too.
Nah, no, you said all that. You said all that drug stuff in the beginning. I'm like,
I mean,
not in my African American household.
Okay, well, coke free, drug music household. I respect it, but for anybody who didn't think Lil Uzi Vert could step on a Pusha T track and actually make it sound like a Pusha T track, it actually sounds like a Pusha T track. And I support it. I'm here for Lil Uzi Vert doing all the things. And in my head, Lil Uzi Vert and Lil Nas X are like my nephews who are good kids who find themselves being talked about a lot because they're different. So yeah. My nephew did what needed to be done on the Cocaine album by America's favorite drug dealer.
Is he the one who had the little gem in his forehead?
Yes, that's him.
Oh, they kept calling him Steven Universe, and I was crying. I was like, why y'all keep calling that boy that? And then I was like, oh.
He bedazzled his forehead. And we were like, that was one of the moments where I was like, nephew, I want to support you because you're from Philly. And, you know, I actually like a lot of his music because he's weird in the ways that I like weirdness. But
unique, eccentric, eclectic.
There you go. All of those adjectives.
I'm a marketer.
You really are.
I'm a marketer.
I love him, and he found his way on the Coke album of 2022. So good for him. Next song. There's another song off that album. I know you're not gonna listen to it.
You talking to the people. You're not talking to me.
Listen, y'all all know how I feel about Kanye West, and I'd be like, I hate him, but I love him. We all miss the old Kanye, but then we all realized the old Kanye was actually the fake Kanye, and now we're getting a whole bunch of the real Kanye, and it makes us sad. But we're not going to argue that he's not an amazing producer. Anyway, long story short, there's a song on the album called Rock and Roll. It features Kid Cudi and Kanye West, a combination that I'm actually very fond of, but now they're not friends anymore. And Kid Cudi came out and said they're never going to do music again. And I was like, damn, that actually makes me sad. I wasn't
listening to it anyway, but come on, y'all. Don't say never.
They said never. The song is actually really good. And for anybody who, like me, appreciates Kid Cudi and Kanye West anywhere within the same vicinity of a song, it's also a good song. So yeah, I would have to say, if you'd like listening to cocaine music, Pusha T is giving you a gem over the weekend.
Y'all be safe out there.
I'm going to transition.
That's all Mama Whitney has to say.
I'm going to transition to Whitney's niece real quick.
Which one's my niece?
Meg the Stallion.
Niece. I love her. Oh, I don't actually ever listen to her music, but I'm like, she's like in the same box as Cardi for me. Like, I don't actually listen to their music. Like,
but you gotta support the girls. You gotta support the girls.
Listen, if I see them doing fashion collaborations for plushy women, I'm like, oh,
here for it.
Listen, and I'm a stream it. I'm not gonna listen to it. It's gonna be on low,
but you're gonna
I'm a
support.
I'm a support.
Whitney said this is not the lo-fi she loves, so
No,
I respect. No, I respect it.
No.
I feel like a lot of times, because now I live with an 11-year-old and he keeps coming to me talking about so I try and stay in tune with what's going on in the world, because under normal circumstances it probably would have taken me 2 or 3 weeks to get around to the Pusha T. And it's not that I don't like Pusha T, he's not on my radar anymore. You gotta have the mental capacity, because when I listen to him, I honestly feel like I could probably sell drugs. I don't want to, but no, it's like certain rappers like him and Jeezy specifically convince me that if I woke up next Tuesday and decided I wanted to sell drugs, they would give me everything I needed in 2 albums to let me know I can do it successfully.
Please
I know who to talk to, who not to talk to, what to do. I'm not
got that good government job. Like
right. I'd just be all hemmed up.
You got healthcare and everything.
Everything. Yeah, I don't want no parts. But to transition to Yenne's Meg Thee Stallion, she released, so at Coachella over the Easter break, she released a snippet of a scathing. I don't know if it's directed at Tory.
I feel as though
directed at her ex-boyfriend party. I don't know if they had a breakup.
They broke up.
Yeah, listen, you gotta hear this song. So the song is
I heard the snippet, but I really thought it was Tory.
So the song is out. And I've listened to the whole song, and it doesn't sound like a Tory diss. It very much sounds like I can't believe I spent the last few months of my life with a corny such and such.
What did Partisan Fontaine do?
According to the song, be broke, think he better than he is, and have Megan fucked up. And
I mean, she is the Stallion. There's a reason why.
And the song pivots to a very ladies, don't lose yourself, love yourself. That's like the theme, because these men will have you fucked up. And I was listening to it like, oh, it's funny when you listen to hurt girl music. When you're not a hurt girl, it's way more entertaining to me because it's comical. And no, it really is. Like if I was a hurt girl,
I'm on a different spectrum. I'm on a completely different spectrum.
Right.
I'm sitting there just like, oh, the babies.
No, she's fine.
You laugh.
She's fine. She's like,
I mean, she gonna be fine. She's rich and she's Megan Thee Stallion.
It's very much a fuck niggas get money song. And
that's fine.
I'm
here for it.
I am here for it. She really delivered a song that the girls can play really, really loud on the way to their bestie's house while they complain about these young men. And I'm here for it. I stand for it. All right, I got 2 more. I know this is longer than I usually get into music, but it was a lot of stuff going on.
I saw.
Well, my vote for most versatile pop artist is Ed Sheeran, because he released a song called Two Step with Lil Baby over the weekend, and
how'd that happen?
I don't know, but I have not heard him do bad on a song with a rap artist or an Afrobeats artist. You can't name one feature that he's done.
He's like the 2020s version of John Mayer. You remember John Mayer was on everybody's rap?
Yes.
And I was like, how'd that happen?
Ed Sheeran could get in the studio with anybody. You name them, he can come in and do that song. The song, I looked at it when it came up as my recommended songs, and I was like, do I really want to hear Lil Baby and Ed Sheeran? In the first 15 seconds, I was like, I absolutely do want to hear Ed Sheeran and Lil Baby. Lil Baby stepped, Ed Sheeran stepped. The song's called Two Step, and that's exactly what them niggas did. Like, this is impressive.
We're just inviting him to the cookouts now.
Yeah, no, he can't come to the cookout. Good, but we will play his music, and if he play. I will definitely make it. If he drop his girlfriend off, I'll run him a plate out to the car at the cookout. But this is very much our space. But I appreciate the fact that he can work with anybody. He is that British guy.
He is. He's adorable too. Like, I don't ever hear about Ed Sheeran getting in no mess. And
No.
by the way, I don't want to, guys. Please do not text me
Right. Because
not text me. Don't DM me.
As soon as you say it, here they come. They be like,
well, in third grade, I don't give a frick, Jan, what he did in third grade.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't need none of that.
Mm-mm-mm.
I do have one last song, and I swear I'm done.
You can take your time. This is the music episode.
I don't want to take my time because we got to get into other stuff, like why your least favorite cousin is hitting people again. But
he's my least favorite cousin?
DaBaby is. I hope so.
Oh, I thought we were talking about another cousin.
No.
Because there was a lot of hitting going on this week.
Child, listen. Hands everywhere. A song by Mahalia called Sober. Basically, it's lo-fi. So it's got like a lo-fi beat.
I'm familiar with Mahalia, but I have not heard the song.
The song is called Sober, and it's basically about mental clarity after a breakup. So for the hurt girls, after you play Plan B and you get all that rah energy out, just go ahead and pivot to Mahalia, Mahalia. It's called Sober. The video is cute. It's just her really standing in a booth with some fly shit on, singing into a mic. But somebody on Twitter actually recommended it to me, and I was like, this song is perfect. I could clean up to this. Mm-hmm. I could paint to this. I could do a lot of things to this. So yeah, those are my what I've been listening to. Jack Harlow, First Class, Pusha T's album, It's Almost Dry, whatever the hell that means. Meg Thee Stallion, Plan B, Ed Sheeran featuring Lil Baby, Two Step, and Mahalia, Sober, which is again the mental clarity after the breakup. So don't forget, if you a hurt girl right now, we're praying for you. We love you. You're in our hearts. Yes. You play Meg Thee Stallion, Plan B.
Yes.
And then you pivot to Mahalia, Sober, in that order.
Side note.
Yes, go ahead.
Content idea.
Yes.
We should do a hurt girl episode.
That's next week's episode. Let me go ahead and write that on the post-it.
Listen, we need to do these music episodes quarterly, because I was thinking we could do a seasonal episode where different seasons, different music episode.
That works.
This is your spring playlist. This is your summer playlist. That hurt girl music.
The hurt girl music. We are definitely having a hurt girl episode. We can go
back with some stuff. I'm pulling out Mary J.
There is a plethora of hurt girl music
from y'all's favorites.
There used to be hurt girl used to be a genre. Mm-hmm. We kind of getting back to it with these new girls, because the Kalanis, and what's that other girl who's dating Big Sean guy?
I thought you said colonic, and I got very upset.
Kalani, no, Janae Aiko, Summer Walker,
the Whisper Singer.
Yeah, the Whisper Singers are the quintessential hurt girls.
They be whispering
SZA be crying and dragging at the same time. I love her energy.
Mm-hmm. I like her too.
We're definitely gonna do that next week.
Let's do it. Hurt girl music.
You want to get
into y'all ideas?
Please do. We want to hear them. Are you mentally ready? Before we get into our problematic people,
that's an interesting question.
So, quick news coverage. I'm sure you all heard about Mike Tyson repeatedly punching a gentleman on the airplane.
I've been waiting for this one.
Go ahead, Whitney. Go off. I've
been waiting for this one.
She is shaking her head.
I had to shake the fro. Hi, guys. So I don't know if anyone has realized the time frame in which we are living right now. It's stressful for everyone. We are all living through a global pandemic. We have lived through civil unrest. We lived through an insurrection. We are living through some pretty tumultuous times, right? If at any point in time in our recent history, I'm saying recent, if at any point within our recent time frame, it has been fuck around and find out.
Now is fuck around and find out season. And it's running until we say it ain't running no more.
I'm just saying, I don't like violence. I don't like violence. That's all I'm going to say.
That's all you going to say?
No, I'm going to say some more. It is fuck around and find out season. Mike Tyson, the once former heavyweight champion of the world, whose I believe hands are registered as weapons.
Absolutely. People who used to get hit for a living didn't want Mike hitting them.
Mike Tyson, who has like been non-problematic, who gathered who's that boy that's always in some trouble with our nephew, our nephew Lil Nas X, the one that's always picking on it, Boosie. Gathered Boosie's ass,
collected them, put them in a low pile, just
put them all together like a little pile of cards, and then put those cards in a box. That's what Mike Tyson did. Mike Tyson, ear biting Mike Tyson. You okay over there?
Yeah, the post that I just hung up just fell back down, but I'm good.
I don't know if the Lord wants us talking about that topic.
We are talking about hurt girls.
Oh,
we are.
But back to Mike Tyson. It's just one of those, like, yes, he's been like a tame, calm, chill out lion. Just sit back, don't do much, occasionally stretches, walks around, lays down on the grass. Like
take a few pictures with people, and he's been non-problematic lately.
But that's still a lion. That is still a lion. And the lion said, leave me alone. If Mike Tyson, here's the problem. The problem
Iron Mike is what we used to call him back in the day.
The problem is there is a history, and we could talk about it at a completely different time, where drunk white boys have been the menace of society since forever.
This is true.
Drunk
back
white
to
men
the Roman days
have been,
and probably before that,
menaces of society since for freaking ever. And so you're going to harass Mike Tyson on a
Ain't that much damn drunk in the world at this point. I think you're on a cocaine kicker if you decide
you're crazy.
So I had
to say that word.
I had to get more context, because I'm like Whitney said, Mike has been cool for a man who can kill anybody with his fist. I mean, this is the man who put people who box out cold. Mm-hmm. For this man to be able to go through life, live in Vegas. I've seen Mike Tyson out on the street in Vegas while I was in Vegas. He
just living his life.
He carries him. I mean, he don't need a whole lot of security. Mike ain't gonna have too many problems. For him to be as well behaved as he has been over the last 2 decades, no smoke out of Mike. And then you hear about this incident on an airplane, no less, where, people who aren't crazy try not to act out. And then I didn't hear anything about him getting arrested. So I immediately knew whoever was messing with Mike was messing with Mike.
No. So, I saw 2 different videos. I saw the first one I saw was Mike Tyson punching somebody. And I'm like,
oh, no.
Like, no.
Did you see the video of him being harassed, though?
That's the second video I saw.
Mike was kind enough to talk to this man, take a picture with this man, and respond to him a couple of times, even though you could tell it was getting annoying. When he asked him to calm down and relax, the man did not calm down and relax. He was clearly visibly drunk, which is weird to me, because I know drunk people get drunk at the airport, and I've seen some drunk people in the airport and on airplanes, but I feel like there should be a line where it's like, you might be disruptive to this flight. That's neither here nor there. The man was annoying as hell. He got hit by Mike Tyson. He's lucky to tell the tale. Clearly,
he threw a water bottle at him.
Okay.
He threw a water bottle. That man was all right. So for everyone who's yelling about, oh, the beast, oh my God, everybody who's trying to black brute Mike Tyson the same way y'all tried to black brute Will Smith, disregarding the decades of which these two people, well, have been fair, Mike Tyson was a big problem.
He had his years,
but he's had some time. Down. He's had a lot of time to calm down. Meanwhile, Will Smith hasn't done anything but sneeze wrong, and y'all just like are just in an uproar. But anyway, this person has had decades of not being a problem to anybody. Literally went to therapy, got himself a little podcast, enjoying himself, just living his little life, is in love, apparently, just living his little life. And this person comes along and harasses, and people want to say like, oh, that's assault. Oh, that's assault. Now, yes, you're right. That is assault. But harassment is also a crime.
You can't throw a water bottle at anyone and expect not to be hit. You definitely can't throw a water bottle at Mike Tyson. And the fact that, I don't care what anybody says, if Mike Tyson wanted to kill this man or maim him in any sort of way, he could have. Clearly, he was just annoyed with this gentleman.
He was just popping him.
Right.
Those were just little pops.
And the guy didn't press charges, and that was the end of it. But what drug do you have to be on?
Ego.
Gotta be.
Ego. That is nothing but pure ego. The man took a picture with you. The man talked to you, which is more than a lot of people.
More than he had to do on an airplane. You got to leave a celebrity alone.
That was gracious. And listen, a lot of people just leave them alone. Leave them alone.
Please.
No. And I'm so tired of the stink pieces that keep coming out about these black men. Like, I can understand if it was like the next person that we're getting ready to talk about, DaBaby. Oh. But Mike Tyson has been a house cat, has been a peaceful tiger in the back of the enclosure, but that's still a fucking tiger.
And you leave him alone because his hands are still certified.
You know what you get to do? You get to text your friends and be like, y'all will never believe who I'm sitting behind.
I'm on a flight with Mike Tyson.
And he's gracious enough to take a picture with you.
He took a picture with you.
I'm not talking to you for the rest of the flight.
Right. If I walked past the first class on the way to my coach seat and I saw Mike Tyson, I would say, hey, Mike, thanks for all the good fights, and keep it moving. Wouldn't even stop.
Keep it moving.
Wouldn't even stop.
That's a special moment for me in my heart.
Right. And I don't know not one single person who wants to be bothered on a flight, celebrity, civilian, whatever. Nobody wants that.
Thank you for the years of entertainment. I hope you're enjoying life.
Right. And moving on. Love your podcast. Very hilarious.
Very funny. Mike. Very insightful. Thanks, Mike. Enjoy your flight. Right. I'm not bothering your ass. No.
And keep it pushing. But no, this idiot. I mean, you get what you deserve when you decide to
fuck around
and find out. Let's talk about menace to society. DaBaby. I don't know what DaBaby's real name is. Let me look it up. Do we got a badass kid?
It's not
real
Leonard.
Name.
It's not
Leonard. Sound like a badass kid name.
That's not Leonard. That's Isn't
Let
that
me find his
Charlemagne's
Jonathan Lindell Kirk is his name. Jonathan Leonard is Charlemagne's. It's the Lindell. It's the Lindell that that's where all the bad behavior come from. The Jonathan is cool, but whatever granddaddy or uncle he named after, it's a little bit of troublesome. And
I feel that in my shondo. I'm old enough to have one now.
Listen here. I don't know at what point in DaBaby's life Jonathan decided he wanted to wake up and be a menace. But damn if he don't live up to being a menace to society every day. How many people can you find to put your hands on? So there's a video circulating and it looks like he's backstage at a concert or like in the hallways of an arena. He's walking by a man and he turns around, like he literally spins around and just starts wailing on this guy. And then the footage that came out later was that it was his own artist wisdom, but he's literally just walking by the man. So it wasn't even like a on site. I don't know if he said something crazy to him. It just set him off. Clearly DaBaby is a highly triggered man. They need to call him something else because he has the temperament of a small child. And how do you listen? I understand that some people live their lives a little differently. Some people are fighters. Some people just find themselves in situations where they have to fight a lot. But I don't understand how you have as much money.
Doesn't have to.
How do you keep finding people that you want to punch in the face? How are you living your life that you find 10 people a year that you want to actually punch in the face and then do it? How? Wouldn't he make it make sense to me? How is this man this hostile all the time? How is DaBaby this hostile all the time? How do you always want to hit somebody in the face? What is going on at home?
I'm not interested.
Can we get DaBaby's mom to make a comment? Was he a troubled child? It's giving me group home energy.
Can we send him to therapy?
DaBaby is giving me group home energy. It's very all my life I had to fight Miss Sophia. DaBaby is giving me Miss Sophia energy. You don't have to fight your whole life to Mr. DaBaby. You don't. Mr. DaBaby, you can just let some things slide. I don't understand.
You took me out with Mr. DaBaby.
I just don't. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, another video of him coming out, apparently attacking one of his artists. I'm sure we'll get more details. You know, he shot somebody last week.
God damn.
But to be fair, that person was on this property and maybe was trying to. Yeah,
oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so I wasn't really sure. I was like, you know what?
Sometimes neutralize something.
Yeah, sometimes, and he prayed for him afterwards, like a real nigga should. I appreciate that. I'm here for it.
I'm gonna put a bullet in your body, but then I'm gonna talk to the Lord about it.
But he was like, he lived. That man know now. Don't come around here no more. May God bless and keep him and send him on his way. Listen, I understand. When I heard that incident, I was like, people will try you because they know you tryable. If they know that they can set you off, people will try you. I don't know what the background story is of this video, but I ain't seen nothing that would warrant, putting a pause on this man. I could be wrong. You know me, I love to hear the rest of the story.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with getting all the information.
But damn, why is it always you? Let another rapper fight. You gotta save some fights for some other people. Please. No.
Yeah. No, it is very important to gather all the information.
It might be justified. That man could have called his mama out her name or something.
And that happens. But I encourage our audience to make sure that they are doing their research on certain stories and stuff, before they like to pop off on the internet.
Oh, okay. I feel like you got a instance, an example you want to share?
I certainly 100% do. I am currently scrolling to that. Hold on one second. There's a bunch of stuff. Oh my God. I've been talking all week long. Goodness gracious. Y'all really be following me?
Yes, they really do.
Please don't.
You're our favorite celebrity friend.
I am not. I am your favorite Z-level celebrity. Yes, I'll take that Z-level at the end of the alphabet. Listen, until the Lord shows me otherwise. So there's a few problematic stories I want to bring up, but I'm going to bring them up like hot takes real fast.
Let's go for it. I don't know if
you saw this video of these Christians taking over this airplane with their guitars and worship music.
Yes, I did. What in the hillbilly heaven fuckery was going on there? What was that?
So I told Earl, again, I needed more information. I'm like, I'm not sure if that was a plane that was chartered by like a youth group or somebody's church or something like that. And they were getting ready. They wanted to have praise and worship at 30,000 feet and that was their business. But the faces that I saw, the majority of the people I saw looked very displeased with what was happening. Very displeased. So I'm wondering like if they were hiding. I'm like, are y'all safe? Blink. Are y'all safe?
I'm not safe. If somebody pull out a guitar on an airplane, I'm not safe. But go ahead.
Unless it's Robert Glasper or
that's it. That's all.
Could you imagine? Oh my gosh! Could you imagine if one of your faves busted out one of their instruments during a flight and just decided to do it in-flight show?
I would be so pleased, but
I would be just as quiet as a church mouse, just watching.
Not Adolf, who was on this flight that I just watched the footage of.
No, it's singing "How Great Is Our God," and I'm like.
And it wasn't even a good version, but we're not going to compare
were off key. It was
Christian rock to black gospel. We're not going to do that. Not on this episode, but one episode is coming.
No, listen, I'm gonna let it come too because like I'm probably going to stand on the opposite side of what you think I am.
Okay.
Because I like certain types of music, and I don't need my Christian music to be all of that sometimes, but that's personal preference. That I'm not saying anything bad. People need to just differentiate personal preferences between things that are bad and good. Just because something's not your preference doesn't mean it's bad. It's just something that you don't like. That you don't like that flavor of tea. You don't like that type of food. That's your business. It doesn't make it bad. You just don't like it.
It's just different.
It's just different. But this situation right here. So as a minister's wife, a former Sunday school teacher,
that too,
I feel like this type of behavior drives people away from the church.
Oh, absolutely. You acting an ass in the middle of my flight is going to drive me away from whatever you was acting ass about.
I feel like it's just going to drive people away from the church. It's going to make people feel all types of ways about Christians because like Christians in our country, first of all, no American Christian has ever been persecuted. Never, not here on the United States. Never. And people want to act like, oh, we're so persecuted. We're not persecuted. You know what persecution is?
That's where we tie you up and we set you on fire while you're still alive.
Look
in
at
front
Jesus
of your kids.
Wept. Lord have mercy.
That's rough. Persecution.
That was rough, homie. God,
I'm just saying that is how it works. You know, there are still parts of the
I was going to say New Testament.
Happening.
I said you could go read New Testament and see some persecution if you really think like what you're facing is accountability in a lot of ways, because y'all want to throw around, oh, you know, Jesus and stuff like that. And I love Jesus too, but y'all not living how Jesus asked y'all to live. Okay. What he didn't ask you to do was break out into a random and God loves worship. But you got to be wise about when you do certain things.
Right.
You got to be really considerate about when you do certain things, because remember we're supposed to be billboards for God. We're supposed to be, God's PR. Not that God needs PR, but the PR that comes with that, the billboards that come with that, it's supposed to be through our living.
But you're on an airplane performing with your favorite acoustic guitar, giving me cult vibes.
Performing. And I'm like, this ain't it
about the airport lately that's been driving everybody crazy? Why y'all show up at
is it tiny air, like the tiny spaces? Is it the recycled air?
Listen, there are some things that I would actually let slide on an airplane because I don't want to be on the do not fly list or no fly list. I don't. Mm-hmm. That's a very dumb reason. Singing how great is our God and never being able to fly again or not being able to fly again until 2027
those people will be fine. They're going to be fine. I feel like they're going to be okay. But that video is getting millions of views and there's a lot of different takes. And of course, not all of them are good, but I saw an amazing take where the gentleman was something like, a better way of ministering to people on a flight would be to, be kind to the flight attendants, making sure that you are, accommodating to other folks. Like it's not in the performance, it's not in the singing. And that's the thing that a lot of American Christians miss. It's not in the, we go to church every weekend and we treat people like shit 30 minutes after we get out of church.
We have conservative Twitter accounts that drag people from here to
Don't get me started on those conservative people and how they are not Christian.
Wait, did you see the lady? She's on Twitter as a Black conservative. Now let me just,
there's a bunch of those. Go
ahead and throw this out there. I don't trust anybody who is identifying in America as a Black conservative. I feel like the two things
Uncle Ruckus
they're just incongruent for a lot of reasons, but that's neither here nor there. But the young lady was trying to make the point of comparing Jill Scott to Lizzo and saying somebody will date you at any size, but if you're classy like Jill Scott, you're more likely to get a date, whereas being tasteless like Lizzo.
If you don't like Lizzo, keep it to yourself.
And Jill Scott came out with a GIF and was like,
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Mm-hmm. Don't do that. What we not about to do is,
I'm like, Jill Scott deep-throated a mic on stage.
Oh,
what are we talking about?
Well, everybody, it's been nice talking to you. Thank you for joining in to the Problematic Podcast. We're just going to go ahead. Nope, I'm out of here. No, I would like to leave now, please. I would like to leave now. She did. No, this is true. She did.
Yeah. Y'all keep forgetting.
But y'all not about to. One, don't fat shame. That's one. Two, don't use another artist that you prefer to fat shame. Pitting two beautiful Black women against each other is not in good taste, my Black conservative friend or non-friend. That's not it. And Jill Scott called her out, was like, you're not gonna get me trending over some foolishness. Leave me out of it.
Wasn't she trending last month because somebody swore they had a sex tape of her and they didn't?
Yeah, they let me tell you something. The number of people who were willing to pay to see this sex tape and were shameless about it was hilarious. But yes, Jill Scott is somewhere minding her business,
being free.
She is always doing. She stay out the mix.
What was the last time y'all heard? Well, she says some problematic things a while back, but like she's fine. She's again another
and
one.
And she learned very quickly. Let me not talk to y'all because when you talk to people, what happens?
I'm a journalist.
You don't. It doesn't end well. It doesn't end well. Take your cute pictures, stay silent, and go on.
I got another one.
Oh, let's hear it.
All right. So the reason why I started off this segment by saying y'all need to make sure that you're doing your research and finding out the things before you take to your platforms of various kinds. So for everyone who said anything about A$AP Rocky and Rihanna and Amina Muaddi, how do you feel now? Do you feel good? Do you feel smart?
No.
Do you feel important? Do you feel like that you had a great take on something?
No.
Y'all literally listened to a random fashion blogger on Twitter with the
tweets,
who literally just tweeted, I heard. And y'all ran with it. Y'all ran with it. So much so that y'all ran to this woman's Amina Muaddi's
y'all just picked a random person who had taken a picture with Rihanna sometime within the last 5 years and was like, it's her. She's the girl.
Y'all ran to her page and were leaving death threats for this person that you don't know, who is allegedly engaging with these other two people that you don't know. And y'all threatening people's lives on the internet. Y'all know that's a crime.
No,
right?
they don't know that.
That's a crime. Man. You can listen, that is a crime. You can go to jail. You want to go to prison for two people that you don't know by saying terrible things on the internet that can be easily, like, you could delete it, but somebody
the accountability on the internet is so shallow, though, that's like part of the problem. You can say anything about anyone and you don't have to vet it, because it just takes the right person with enough followers to follow it and share it, and it grows like wildfire.
Let me tell you how y'all got these celebrities effed up since Cardi B and her libel suit. Yes, how y'all got these people effed up because, and I'm reading directly from the page of the blogger who put this out.
They still have a page.
Louis Villaroma.
Jesus.
Oh, let me just say this. So it was so bad. Amina Muaddi, who was a shoe designer, she designed shoes for Rihanna and for her line, and they've worked closely for years. She had to put out a statement, and she wasn't going to even originally address it. But here y'all go believing trash from God knows where, with no sources, with no backing up, no photos, no nothing, no video, nothing. Y'all have anything.
Didn't do you Googles or anything?
Nothing. You literally had nothing. And so Amina Muaddi had to put out a whole statement. Y'all, like I said, y'all leaving all kinds of threats and terror and stuff like that on this innocent woman's page. And here goes Louis a few days ago. Hi, y'all. I would like to address the situation. Last night, I made a dumb decision to tweet some information I had received. I'm not going to talk about sources, blame others for a discussion that was started. So I would like to formally apologize to all parties I involved with my actions for my reckless tweets. I fully accept the consequences for my actions of my tweets and any harm I caused. I have no excuse for it, and I've been too wrapped up in as you come up with an excuse.
Right. No excuse I give you an excuse.
Okay. I'm going to take some time away, which you should.
Delete this account, bro. Start over.
Again, I apologize I apologize to them for this unnecessary drama. Now, meanwhile, that could be for anything. That could be a whole apology for anything.
Because the apology can, in this instance, can't be as loud as the damage you've caused, because this isn't going to get shared like the rest of the lies you told.
When I tell you, girl, wait, hold on. I'm going to make you laugh.
I'm here to laugh. I'm
gonna make y'all laugh. So, because I'm a journalist and I like to do my research, and I was like, you know what? That's not smart to just comment on somebody is cheating on somebody where you have nothing. You don't have
not a picture, so nothing.
Let me wait and see if anyone puts out anything. And this is how y'all know the cease and desist came through, because this was shortly after. Rihanna didn't bring up anything. A$AP didn't say anything. The only reason why Amina even brought up stuff, I believe, is because y'all were out here getting her life threatened. But oh my God. All right. If you're ready to laugh, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Please read what this says, if you can.
Oh, did Rihanna call it deceased and desist? Not a deceased and desist.
And the girl beneath it said, a what?
You heard what she said, a deceased and desist. Go ahead, fuck around if you want to. I better leave Rihanna alone. You know,
Rihanna is a billionaire. She can play with you for fun. Are you kidding me?
The endless resources and the ways in which she can make your life miserable. You might end up deceased and desisted. Don't be deceased and desisted. That's not how you want to live.
Don't do that. All right, I got one more problematic person for you.
Go for it.
I'm sorry for hijacking the show.
No, you're good.
So apparently,
oh no.
You know, I like books. You know, I love to read. You know, reading is my thing. Like, I really enjoy reading. Ever since I was like old enough to read, I've loved books. And there was a new book coming out called Bad and Boujee. Have you heard of this title?
Oh, yes. And I also saw, I'm going to let you get into your, go ahead. Go dig in. Dig.
So this book was by a theologian, and it's called Bad and Boujee Toward a Trap Feminist Theology. And I was wondering what the two had anything to do with each other. So I'm like, all right, well, let me look this up and such and such and so and so. And so as I'm going in to dive into research, I see a tweet from a person that I follow, Candace Benbow. Shout out to Candace Benbow and her Candace. Work, Red Lip Theology. Phenomenal work, very, very interesting work about Black women and theology and all the stuff that we have to deal with in the mix of that. So shout out to Candace. But Candace tweeted something to the effect of, I know you're fucking lying that a white woman didn't write a trap feminist theology book. And
one more time, a white woman did not write a trap feminist theology. This Lily, now y'all know I'm
showing her a picture.
I do not hate anybody based on their race. But this woman here who wrote this book looks like a third grade teacher from Idaho. Ma'am, you do not know what a bad, nor a bougie, nor a trap is. You threw that bitch in the trap, she died immediately, instantly. She go into anaphylaxis. She died of an extreme allergic reaction. She ain't never been within 2 miles of a legitimate trap.
But you said,
why is Megan writing this book?
Her name is Jennifer Buck.
The same damn difference. I said what I said.
Can I read the review?
Amanda is out here tripping. Go ahead.
Listen, Kelsey has lost her mind.
Go ahead. What Miranda got to say for her?
I'm going to read this in my National Geographic voice.
No. I'm logging off. I'm logging up.
It's
too much. It's too much.
This book engages with the overlap of Black experience, hip-hop music, ethics, and feminism to focus on a subsection known as trap feminism and to construct a trap feminist theology, interacting with the concept of moral agency, resistance, and imagination. Trap feminist theology seeks to build an intersectional theology, emphasizing women's agency in their bodies and sexuality while remaining faithful to the trap context in which they are socially located. Such a project will redefine the trap context from one of marginalization to one of joy and flourishing within the Black feminist theology. This theology overlaps with Black ethics and subversive empowerment that forms a new normative ethic and family system within a subsection of the Black community.
What in the fuck would Abigail know about any of it?
First of all, I don't know what she said.
First off, none of that makes any sense. Bad and bougie ain't got nothing to do with the trap. The two things shouldn't even be close to one another.
Thank you. I said
what does one have to do with the other? This girl don't even know what the hell she's talking about. Chelsea is out of line.
When I tell you I was livid, I said, first of all, how did this even go to print? Like, I can see how this was written and stuff like that.
What publisher looked Sarah Rose in the face and said, yes, this is the book apparently that people want to read?
Whipped and Sutton or something like that. They're a small Christian publisher.
They're out of their
And
minds. They
yeah,
are
yeah,
out
girl.
of their minds.
They got into some trouble, honey, because that's the wrong. I keep telling y'all the wrong. I'm sorry, whipped and stock. WIPF and stock, like stock market. They are a small Christian publishing situation, and they took everything down. They had a tweet up earlier that says Jennifer Buck will, quote, redefine what Black feminism is. And I said, Jennifer Buck is in this white lady?
Jennifer Buck can't tell me. You know what? I don't even want
to. So, and it's just like, it's frustrating because I'm looking at authors like Cecily Bowen, who wrote I'll get you the actual title of that book because it is a good book. Bad Fat Black Girl. And she talks about trap feminism. And she's talking about like how, Michelle Obama deserves the same type of respect as your favorite nail tech, as, Megan Thee Stallion or Saweetie deserves that same respect as, Claire Huxtable. Like the way, like they deserve that same respect. Despite, like, we need to end our respectability politics. And that is something, when I read her description, I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense. I read Jennifer Buck's description. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
Jennifer.
And then had one of her students
come
into
Lord, she teaching people?
She's a professor.
Oh my God. Jesus.
One of her students come into my African-American DMs.
Not your black ass DMs.
My black ass DMs. Do you want to hear it? Do you want to hear what he sent me?
Sure. Oh, it's a man.
It's a man. It's a Latino man who wants to tell a black woman how she should feel about a white woman writing about black things. What are we talking about here? Edison.
That's not his name.
His name is Edison.
I fucking can't take it no more. Okay, go ahead. I can't.
I'm gonna cut through the BS because it's rather long.
Oh my God, this man wrote 8 pages.
He wrote me a treatise. So I'm gonna cut through the BS. So he said, first of all, I'm a current student under Dr. Buck, and let me start over. I am currently a student where Dr. Buck is teaching and has taken one of her courses in the past. I believe you have read it right. She has a PhD and she qualifies as a doctor. You have to use her other titles when you address her.
I ain't got to do nothing, Edison. Now come do something.
She didn't even talk to us about.
Come do something. Give me Edison's handle.
No, you're not allowed.
No, give me Edison's handle right now.
No.
Give me Edison's handle, damn it.
I'll send it in the chat, but I'm not putting it out on here. You're not going to get me in trouble. Here's another question. How white can a woman be to qualify as a white woman? What the fuck?
Right where Jennifer is standing. That is the starting
point. Where does
point.
Cultural appropriation fit in your assessment of her status? Should she be as protective as you are about your community? I believe you also read that right. Like, what do you think you're telling me something and you're not? I want to comment back so bad. My husband's like, please don't. Can
I comment? Can you just send me? Can you just go ahead and loop me in? I will sit here and argue with Edison for 2 days. I have nothing better to do. Absolutely.
Being petty because I've taken screenshots. I'm like, do I want to put this out there as a
yes, you
moment?
do, Whitney. Yes, you do. Please.
You love when I'm petty.
No, because Edison has so much to say. No, absolutely. Let chatty Patty Edison's bitch ass let the screenshots fly.
Then he was like, I'm scrolling down. Did you speak to any of her students or faculty members before publishing? How can someone like me, don't worry, you don't have to label me, I'm Latino, understand and support your claims about wrongfulness of society if all I keep thinking about is 2 wrongs don't make a right? All right, so I wrote a piece for anyone who's unfamiliar. I wrote a piece and I said, can a white woman write about trap feminism? The obvious reason is no. There's multiple reasons. First of all, who the fuck was this book even for? It's clearly not for black women, even though she slapped a black woman's face on the damn book. A beautiful black woman with natural hair, by the way. First of all, I knew something was wrong because Boujee is spelled the Migos way. And if you're going to spell it right, it's Bougie. Let's get it straight for the real bougie gals in the room.
Not the Migos way.
The Migos way. They spelled it wrong. Boujee. I mean, Boujee. That is not how we spell it.
That's
no, thank you.
Miranda spells it.
I'm telling you, she heard a Migos song, and that's the reason why. She has no connection to anything trap, black, let alone trap. Okay. I am a black person. I ain't got no connections to the trap.
None.
I get connection to the trap. And you know what? That's not my lane. If someone asked me to write about the trap, you know what I would do? Point them to somebody who can.
I will point them to a Pusha T fan or a Jeezy fan immediately.
I can't write about it. But I wrote a whole essay, and apparently it's doing very well. I'm very excited about this.
Famous
I'm very
friend.
proud of this.
Y'all check out my girl.
I'm not famous. I just happen to write things. But yeah, like there was a lot of different reasons why she could not write this book. And to ignore that and to say silly things like, how white does a white person have to be to qualify as a white person? And I'm like, why is that even a conversation? Like,
right.
Why is that even a part of this? Why aren't you asking and what about my assessment? Like, I don't disrespect Jennifer in any of it. What I say is, here's why you can't write this book.
That's would what disrespect her, but you better than me. So there's that. I'm just saying.
I said, I'm gonna read the last part. I said, finally, how dare Jennifer think that she has the authority to write a book about Black women experiences? Her publishers tweeting, quote, Jennifer Buck seeks to redefine the trap context from one of marginalization to one of joy and flourishing within the Black feminist theology is a slap in the face to Black women. How can Jennifer redefine the trap? Why is she allowed to? This story is not Jennifer's or any white woman's to tell. This book wasn't for Jennifer to write. Black feminism and Black womenist theology belongs exclusively to Black women, and none of Black women's struggles, stories, or successes are meant for white profit. And I mean every word of that. But again,
and she said what she said.
There's no disrespect. Also, I listed a bunch. If anyone's interested,
it should have been disrespectful, but I appreciate the fact that.
Okay. Like, I'm not here to disrespect people. I'm here to focus on the problem. The problem is colonization. The problem is gentrification. The problem is people thinking that they have the authority to write about things that they have no business doing. And it's that same authority that goes and invades countries, human traffics people. It commits genocide against indigenous people. It's the crime that white supremacy is guilty of. And I'm here to fight against white supremacy. I'm not here to fight against white people. That's very, very different struggles. So
I'm here to fight against them if they support white supremacy. But me and Whitney are two very different people.
Well, listen, people need to understand the difference between fighting white people and white supremacy, but they're the ones who usually mix that up. They mix that up regularly. But for anyone who's interested, I made a list of if you're more interested in newer versions of this conversation about Black feminism. I know we talk about bell hooks. I know we talk about Toni Morrison a lot. I know we talk about Maya Angelou. I know we talk about a lot of different authors who have written in the past. But if you're looking for newer books that speak your language,
they're out there.
There's so many. I just have a short list for you. Hood Feminism by Mickey Kendall. Red Lip Theology, I already brought that up, by Candace Benbow. Sex and the Church Girl by Tracy Lewis Gidgets. I already talked to you guys about Bad Fat Black Girl by Cecily Bowen. And This Will Be My Undoing by Morgan Jerkins. Go check those books out. They're fantastic. They'll give you the exact point while speaking your language, while speaking like how we talk right now. And they're just great contemporaries to support. And if you guys know of any other, please send them to us. I would love to dive into that, but no, white women can't write about Black people's experiences. And I'm done.
Yay! I was just gonna say, you've said enough. My one problematic person of the week is going to be whoever is praying for A$AP Rocky's downfall, because after beating cheating rumors and after getting the apology that was necessary, Rihanna's baby daddy went and got arrested. I just feel like that boy is not having a great week. Mm-mm. So whoever is praying for A$AP Rocky's downfall,
why y'all doing that?
You absolutely need to stop. He's just not having a good week. But that's all I got. I got nothing.
I'm
I would
sorry,
like
y'all. I didn't mean to hijack the show.
No, you are all good. I will say this, ladies and gentlemen, we are always looking to hear from you. So if you got a
Yes.
hurt girl story, a problematic person in your life, or if you're a problematic person, please, please, please write into the Problematic Podcast at theproblematicpod@gmail.com. We always want to hear from you. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and on Instagram and let us know what you think of the show. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.